Vaya mi gente, saludos otra vez. Aquí ya tú sabes, otro episodio de Spanglish Cafe, episodio número 36. And today we have a very special guest.
Yes,
this is
we
my
do.
co-host,
Hello,
Alida
¿cómo están?
Hernandez.
How's everybody doing? I know I've been gone for a little while. Just been really busy with the move and everything. So we're starting to get settled a little bit.
Everything is coming along, but at least we have somewhere that we can stream, we can continue our show. So tonight's guest, I've been promoting it for a while already, la Condesa de la Salsa, Cita Rodríguez, la hija del famoso y el legendario sonero el Conde Rodríguez. So ya tú sabes, antes de seguir con esto, vamos a hacer unos par de anuncios aquí para octubre 6. Voy a poner aquí el flyer y Alida y yo vamos a hablar sobre esto. Go ahead, Alida.
It's saved the date for October 6th of this year in Palm Bay here, Palm Bay, Florida. There'll be the Puerto Rican Day Parade and Festival. And it's going to be an incredible festival. It's going to be at Fred Poppy Park, Regional Park here in Palm Bay, Florida. You can look that up on Google, whatever map you use. And it's going to be a huge festival in the park. The park's really big, so there's going to be vendors. And there's going to be food trucks, and there's going to be typical food of Puerto Rico. And, of course, the best part about it is the music. So, as I say.
Y un cambio muy grande, este año. So, esto va a estar muy magnífico. Todavía no podemos anunciar mucho de los artistas que van a estar, pero ya, esto, como quien dice, va a estar sabroso.
Todavía se me fue la lengua.
Se le chancleta.
Mucha salsa.
Mucha salsa.
Eso que trae mucha salsa del festival este año. Va a ser mucha salsa, va a estar muy bueno. Y para que venga para acá, para Palm Bay, para que vea qué lindo es. El parque es bien bonito, es grande y te va a gustar mucho.
Sabrosísimo. So, ya tú sabes, we're gonna bring the fire up here to Palm Bay City up here. So, no se lo pierdan, ya tú sabes, mi gente, pongan ese calendario de ahora, October 6th.
This is for a non-profit, a 501c3. So what they do is a lot of the sponsorship money puts some of it for the festival, and then the other money goes to the scholarship for Hispanic students, so they can go to university and go to college. Eastern State College, I think, is one of the sponsors, right? Eastern State College right here in Palm Bay. There's one up in Melbourne as well. The big campus is in Melbourne. Y ahí va los estudiantes que son latinos, estudiando lo que sea, journalism, periodista,
right.
Médico, enfermera, lo que sea, y le dan dinero para que puedan ir a completar la escuela, la beca.
So, having that said, también we're going to have a banquet that night. So, we might have some press. We might have some press, and we might invite some people so they can cover some of the press, and then they can come the next day to the festival and the parade, and they can feel free to cover the rest. So we're working on that right now, but just to entertain our audience, para calentar un poquito los motores, we're going to go with a nice video. Y vamos a presentar, ya tú sabes, el legendario Pide Conde Rodríguez en uno de sus videos vivos. Y como todo el mundo conoce este tema, la esencia del guaguancó. So ahora nos vamos con una presentación aquí de... que descanse para el difunto el Conde Rodríguez, y nos fuimos con esto.
Pacheco, de los compadres.
So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to bring in Cita Rodriguez right now so we can kill this right now. Un aplauso, por favor.
Everybody's feeling fine.
Oye, baby. ¿Cómo estás, Cita?
I'm
Can you
doing
hear us?
Yep, pretty good. How are you doing?
Oh, we good, and man, we appreciate so much.
Ali?
I know we have busy schedules. Everybody has busy schedules, and to me, it means the world that you have the time today, to be with us here today and spend some time this evening with us, and talk a little bit about the legacy of your dad, and of course of you, which is the main star of the show today.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here. Thank you for the invite. I am grateful for that and for you and your beautiful wife. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. It's an honor. It's an honor. It's
You know,
always an honor to see like the children of other musicians. Um, yeah, I'm a child of a musician, so
Beautiful.
not big, but but
Hey,
what I'm
well,
saying
Sandra.
is,
in
it's
that time, yes,
yeah. In
it
that
was
time,
big.
yeah, Daddy was
Well, Cita knows. So wait till you mention that. She probably knows who Joe Valle is, La Orquesta de César Concepcion.
Of course.
So
My
that's her
dad was a
dad was a
pianist.
pianist. So yes, it was
Nice.
a big deal.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, those times back then. Yeah.
A
So
big
it's an
hello
honor.
to my cousin Sandra Vivas. I just saw that
Oh,
she wrote
Yeah,
salud.
she's right here. Me ando saludo aquí. People are
yeah,
starting to
yeah, yeah.
come in.
Prima. Claro que
You
sí.
know,
Esa es
so little,
familia.
little by little, people are coming to start in. There we go.
Chino estás in the house. Aquí hay que darle Chino. My buddy.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So tell me, Sita, let's go back a little bit. Like, when how did it feel? I mean, I've asked a few artists that I've had the privilege, just like you, that have elite salseros in your family, like your dad. And what was it growing around, your dad, when you was a child,
It was very exciting when I found out that my father was a singer. And then on top of that, that so many people loved him, you know? So I found that out very young, like 3 or 4 years old.
Mm,
And bendiciones para ti también, Sandra. And it was very exciting for me and for my brother too. I was like, la nena de papi, so I was always in his business, meaning that I was always paying attention to what he was doing, you know. And my parents, God bless their souls, they always included us in a lot of things, you know. There wasn't an outdoor event that my father had that we weren't there, you know, and we were in all the rehearsals, meaning him with his conjunto, or with the Fania All Stars or recordings. We were there. We were
Wow.
there. Sometimes they would pick us up after school, and we would end up in the studio. As Papi was recording, the musicians were laying down whatever, and we were there in a corner doing homework first. And then I was always, my brother's 4 years younger than me, so his perspective is much different. But I remember always being pendiente, always being pendiente to every move and everything my father did. So it
that's
was very
awesome.
exciting. There wasn't when there was a big concert, we were part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like my mother, we would get in the car and go buy Papi his suits, and we would get new clothes. We would go get dressed up and go to the beauty parlor. We
That's
would
the way it was in those
Yeah.
days.
we would get to we would get to Madison Square Garden decked out.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
So it was what I call a family affair. And I'm very grateful for those moments because I really enjoyed them. I really enjoyed it was a really big thing for me to see my father on stage.
That is amazing. At what age was like the first time that you had the pleasure to be on stage with your dad, like singing?
Singing, I started singing with Papi when I was 16 years old. I was in 10th grade here in Puerto Rico. I'm in Puerto Rico right now. I was in 10th grade in La Escuela Libre de Música in Ato Rey. And he, the singer Tito Cruz, the guy that used to sing with Roberto Roena. He passed away not too long ago, a dear friend. Tito
Okay.
Cruz used to do coro with my father, and one day Papi had to do go to a show de las 12 in Guapa. And
Okay.
at that time, Luis Bigorón, may he rest in peace, and Lidia Chavarria were
Oh
the
my God, I
hosts.
remember that.
Yeah, were the hosts. And Tito, I remember Tito called Papi and said he couldn't do the show. So after Papi hung up the phone, he looked at me and he asked me, ¿Tú te atreves a hacer coro conmigo? Like, I remember where I was standing in the apartment when he asked me. And I looked at him and I said, sí. And then I went to that show. And then Tito came back. He just couldn't make it that day. And then Tito and I were doing coro. And then I stayed.
Ah,
That's so
so
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
It is. It's awesome.
So let me ask you that when you was en la Escuela Libre de Música, right, in Atorrey, like you said, you also took you took on another instrument as well, right?
Yeah,
The
I
flute?
started playing flute. I was a flute major. I started playing flute in New York.
Okay.
When I graduated from 6th grade from the Bronx, I started middle school, 7th grade, in a music school in East Harlem. It was called Harbor School on 109 between 2nd and 3rd. Now it's called the Tito Puente Complex.
Ah,
And
Nice.
that school, it was a really, really good music school. You had to audition and everything.
That's in El
ah,
Barrio, right? El
yeah.
Barrio, New
The
York
bar,
City.
yeah, in the barrio.
It's
So
closed
I,
now.
I auditioned as a singer, and I got and they allowed me to be a part of the school. I was very excited, and then one day I had band class, and the band teacher, which I actually got to share the stage with him down the line. His name is David Chamberlain. He plays trombone,
Mm.
and he told me that I needed to pick from two instruments, flute or clarinet. So when I got home that day, I was talking to Papi, and I told him, Papi, I went to band today, and the teacher told me that I needed to pick from two instruments, flute or clarinet. What do you think? So he thought about it. We talked about it, both instruments, and then he said, "Take the flute. It's a beautiful instrument." So I went back to school the next day, and I told him, "Flute it is." I fell in love with the instrument, and they lent me a flute from the school, and then my father bought me an open hole Yamaha, which I still have in the house.
Oh my
One
God.
of these days, I'm gonna see if I can take flute classes. Maybe everybody used to love the way I played. I just wasn't happy with my technique, so I stopped playing.
Right.
Sometimes you can be hard on yourself, so I wasn't.
Yeah. We're the
I was
worst critic.
technique, but everybody used to tell me they loved my sound. They said I had a beautiful sound, but that didn't even motivate me to continue.
Yeah,
So
it's something about, right, when you don't feel like, you could be hitting those notes, but if you don't feel comfortable with yourself,
right, I wasn't happy with the way I was playing. I knew what a flute player could do. You
Mm.
know, I was surrounded by flute players in La Escuela Libre de Música, and then from there, when I graduated, I went to the Conservatory of Music, Conservatorio de
absolutely.
Música, as a flute player too, and that's when I'm like, nah. So um, I changed my concentration, my major to music education. But then I didn't graduate from El Conservatorio. I left
Okay.
the conservatorio and I ended up in New York. But I did go back to school, to City College, and I decided to change my major to bilingual education. So I completed my bachelor's, and I did my master's also in
Very good.
TESOL, teaching English to speakers of other languages.
That's
Wow.
very good.
That's amazing.
Yeah, because back then, I don't know what year around that was, but I remember when I was in school, you didn't really have that. You really didn't have the I'm talking about like in the 70s, late 70s, early 80s, maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna be 59 this month. So
Yeah, I'm 59,
So
so yeah, same age.
we're there. So
Yeah.
estamos en esto también. I just hit 59 in March,
oh,
and
God bless you.
you know, I can't say I can't feel it.
I'm a month older than him.
Yeah, she's a month older than me, so I always mess with her with that. But I feel like I don't know. I don't know what it is, man. I could be in pain. I could be, you know, we all got our
It's
little
our
things.
heart. It's our spirit, our
Es el
heart.
corazón, and you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
everything that I'm doing right now and recording now and coming out with all my stuff now, it's adrenaline. I think I'm an adrenaline junkie. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You know,
So,
Have it-
going,
Go ahead.
no, I was saying going back to the education that you went to get your master's in education, and so how long were you teaching then? How long have you been
I
teaching?
taught for 26 years.
You enjoy it?
Oh, I love teaching. I'm grateful that I was able to retire still feeling that passion
That's
for the profession, you know. The only thing I wasn't cool with was the system, you know, and being a bilingual teacher, how the racism is in your face. So it's a struggle, you know, and a person like me I don't let things slide when it comes to our kids, you know, so it was a constant struggle. And the system is it's just, yeah,
yeah.
I
really,
know
it's really
the
bad.
system.
Parents need to pay attention and be present in school, because not everybody that's in the classroom should be in the classroom. It don't matter. It doesn't matter how many degrees you have. And I say this, and this is Teacher Week, so God bless every teacher, you know. But based on the fact that I was there, you know, I paid attention, and I saw many teachers that should not be in the classroom.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoever says no is actually lying,
Yeah.
you know.
Wow.
So I always encourage parents to pay attention and to be present. That when they walk in that door in that school, that they say, "Ah, mira, este es el papá de fulano."
Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. Respect. Yeah.
You know, that's how I grew up.
Tell the parents of my students, presta atención, because although I was an elementary school teacher, I was like what you call like the homeroom teacher. I had my own class, but then they have to go during prep periods to other teachers. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I don't
It's a
blame.
whole, that's a whole new conversation, right?
No, but
Yeah.
I remember, and it's true because I remember taking my kids. I always was there, parent teacher conference meeting, the first day of school, meeting the teacher, how the teacher's interacting with the children, if there's an
That's
issue,
very important.
all that stuff. So they know who I am. Hello, I'm their mother. Hello, that's my son. You know me now. You got the face.
Yeah.
You got, you know what I mean? Here's
And
my phone number.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and trust me that I'm gonna call you if there's a problem.
Yes.
Hey,
That's how I
y en
was.
Puerto Rico, el maestro te mete un cocotazo, and then he'll call your mom and say, "Listen, I got your son in detention,"
And then
and
she'll
then
give
my
you
mom will
another
go
one.
over there. She'll give me the sergeant look, and then I'll get on top of that too. So it's two different systems, you know. But
Yeah, we don't have that old school like that anymore, you know, because unfortunately, well, it's a whole nother story, but things have changed.
Yeah.
But
So to all the teachers out there, you know, mi felicitaciones. I hope the administrators are treating you well. I hope that every teacher on this earth is happy in the school that they work in, and that they're getting the respect and the support and the materials that they need to do what they have to do in the classroom. That's my for everyone.
that's awesome. And I give my hats up to my sister who's a teacher, and my niece is also a teacher. So my hats to them. My sister's been a teacher for a long time. She got her master's, and I know she teaches younger elementary school children.
Yeah.
I think that she also teaches some children with disabilities too,
Okay.
autism and things like that. I believe. I can't remember.
you
right
know
now.
what's so funny? That things got so bad at one time that we were talking to your sister one time, remember? And she was saying that they were telling the teachers they might have to carry guns, you know, when all this craziness was going on.
Yeah, that's
And she's like, I don't know if I'm gonna do that. Did you ever come across that point?
That's crazy. I wouldn't even know what to do. Nah.
You know, that's crazy. Instead of having, like I said, it's another conversation, but
Hmm?
Yeah.
hey, the master degree that you had, what is TESOL, TESOL?
Teaching English to speakers of other languages.
Oh, okay, beautiful. I didn't catch that in the beginning.
So
Teach-
what students did you have besides Spanish that you had to?
Oh, there was one time I had a beautiful student from France. So she spoke French beautifully. So my job was to help her acquire a second language, and she did it really well. I have fun. I always have fun, and most of the students I worked with were Spanish speakers. Spanish speakers.
So how many languages do you speak then? Do you speak more than?
I only speak English and Spanish.
Okay.
Me too. Yo sí también.
And Spanglish.
So, mira, Cita, tenemos por ahí a Héctor Manuel enviándote un saludo fuerte ahí.
Héctor, ¿qué tal?
And then we got Jose Villanueva from TNT Puerto Rico, the show in Puerto Rico. So,
¿Qué tal, José?
and I got a couple of my friends, que viva la Salsa Radio TV Internacional. So this is going through other
Nice.
channels,
Right.
like other countries like Peru, Colombia, Panama, and all that stuff. So,
Mhm.
we're trying to grow. We're trying to grow, we're trying to,
Little by little.
I love what I do. I love what I do. I love bringing artists out here and making them shine. And at the same time, it helps us build our brand. And, we appreciate all of you guys that come
Oh
here.
yeah, it's a lot of work. We know it's a lot of work. I heard the stories from my parents, and I guess especially as a woman too is even harder. I've heard spoken to several women that it's hard in the salsa world because it's a very manly world and the machismo and all that stuff too. So
Yeah.
um,
It could get kind of funky. What helped me was working with Papi from the beginning, and then another thing that helped me that I've never, yo nunca me he dedicado a la música. My main gig was teaching.
right.
So I've never been through what a lot of people, a lot of women have been through. And I'm very quick when I'm uncomfortable, I keep it moving because in my mind, there's just no way
Right.
that I don't, my patience, the disrespect. Yeah, no, I grew up with Papi, and things have changed a lot in the salsa business, if you will. So I focused on education, and then yeah, I didn't have to go through what some do, who have dedicated their lives to it.
Right.
And there's a lot of good talents out there that have
Very
come
good
out.
talent.
That is, they have come out the last 5-6 years. And they work very hard. And it's not like back in the day. When you had the record labels and the promoters that that did everything for you, the photography, the label, the covers, the recording. They just
No,
had to
now
go to
people are doing that on their own.
Yeah.
and I don't know if it's good or bad, but I mean, I'm doing it. I love what I do. I'm not out here to be like, I'm not here to be the next Mark Anthony. Si Dios tiene ese plan para mí, it'll happen. All I do now is I enjoy. Come on, guys. I got my little puppies in the room. Oh my God. So anyway, I try to enjoy what I do, and si Dios me da la dicha that's where I belong, and if I hit, I hit. If I don't, I won't be disappointed because I put everything into it. I'm doing my own productions. I have my own record label. I have my own publishing company. So, it's something for my kids and probably my grandchildren to say, look, that was my grandfather. ¿Tú me entiendes? Yo no voy a coger a pecho. That's why when I work with all these other artists, I work from the heart. It's like, I'm not better than no one. No one's better than me. Let's just do things together. Let's make, let's, everybody wants to make money. So vamos a respetarnos and vamos a apoyarnos. Because I think, the
Yeah.
ego is going to destroy us.
What was the last thing you said?
I said that the ego will destroy us now,
That's one of the main problems
¿Tú me
nowadays.
entiendes? That's the main problem. Y aquí yo creo que hay para todo el mundo. I think que hay para todo el mundo aquí. It just depends how bad you want it. Do you want to do bad things to gain what you want, or do you want to do it the humble way? Do you want to do it si es para ti? That's what I say. Si Dios dice es para ti, es para ti. So I'm doing what I love. And the podcast that I do, I love what I do every week. I love
And
the people that I bring
that's
here.
what's important, right? For me, if you're gonna do something, do it with love. If you do whatever you want to do with love, whatever whatever comes your way that it might unstabilize something, you're gonna make whatever has to happen because you're doing it with love. And usually,
Exactly.
and I say not usually, when you do things with love, everything comes out nice, you know.
And you know what's important to me, Cita, in my experience, I'm doing this late in life, And I just been out here like 6 years doing things that I just formed a band. I came out of nowhere. And I got a good team that I told them, listen, I'm 50 something. I don't have 20 years to become a superstar. So if I'm going to do this in the next 5 years and I'm going to record, please, I just want everything the way it's supposed to be. I don't want to learn the hard way y perder 5 o 10 años de mi vida doing something that I love that is not in order. If everything is in order and I say, okay, esto está pasando, esto está todo en orden, so then it's worth me doing it. If I'm going to do a song every 10 years, so ¿para qué lo voy a hacer, I need stuff done now, and I need to show myself, And that's what I advise everybody else. Si vas a hacer las cosas, before que te mande la calle, haz cosas bien. Make sure that you have a profile. Make sure that you have a EPK. Make sure that cuando you click on that thing or you go on your YouTube channel, ya el tipo tiene cosas, you already put in your fan base. But I know artists, mentioning no names, that are very talented, that run circles about a lot of people, but they don't have their stuff together. You ask them for a photo or this or that, and they're like, oh, busca aquí, and I'm like, okay. Usually when they ask me for something, I have my file already. Boom, tum, 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 tum. Necesita foto, necesita video, toma. You know what I mean? And I think that's part of the thing that's happening today, in my opinion,
Yeah, that's why it's important to do your research and to stay close to people who know about the business, about whatever it is you're gonna get into, and to study.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's important to study. To me, it's very important. You want to sing, study those that came before you. ¿Tú me entiendes? Study those. Do
Exactly.
your research. You know. But egos get in the way. Egos.
And I say in my part, I say tú tienes que escuchar. If you're just gaining experience and you got top dogs that are willing to work with you, stay humble and stay quiet and just listen. But the ego sometimes gets in the way, like, oh, but I want to sing it like this. I say, I know, but it's not gonna sound right. But you want to sing it like that, that's not the way the nota goes. Or there's a lot of work.
Yeah,
it's good to learn and listen from other people, and then when you hear yourself, you're like, wow, I wanted to sing it like this, but this guy told me, yo, try it like this, and it sounds
get
better.
some ideas, right? Because nobody should be out here listening to people to sound like them, but you listen to different singers and their delivery, how they interpret what they sing, the people that you like, the people that through research and conversation, or your childhood, what your parents used to, you know what I mean?
Right.
And you get ideas, and sometimes that molds what you become,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, same way where we were raised, like you were raised in New York and in Puerto Rico. So you have, I say the best of both worlds, at the time when we were raised, because, New York is different now, but back in the day, there was a community, everybody knew everybody in the neighborhood, so almost like Puerto Rico, because it was like a migration, right, from Puerto Rico to New York. So,
right.
And I think that's molded us how we are and who we are. Because that's one thing I remember as a child is just being, raised with both worlds, like only speaking Spanish at home, right? Hablaba español en la casa porque abuela decía, aquí en la casa habla español, afuera en inglés, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, que she said, no, tú hablas inglés todos los días con tus amigos, en la casa español.
Yeah.
Yeah, they told me the same way. I used to come from the streets, Spanish
Right.
Harlem. I used to go to Benjamin Franklin High School, okay, at that time. And I used to come back home, mi mamá decía, aquí no ven a hablar inglés, okay, español. And I'm okay, but that's how we grew up. And I grew up with the hip hop. I grew up with freestyle,
yeah.
and then to the salsa and all that stuff. But anyway, Cita, let's continue here. I got something. I got a nice video set up here, and I hope everybody que está sintonizado lo disfruten. I had a trip listening to this, and en este video también está Willie Torres, which I was talking to you earlier. Remember? Great guy, man. I mean, I love it. I mean, I'm learning and I love it.
This was in a tribute that was done in August 3rd. I remember the date and everything. 2014 in Lincoln Center. That
Found the money.
was one of the best nights in Lincoln Center.
Wow.
The place was jam-packed. They had to stop people from coming in. If somebody left, they would let somebody in. And it was a beautiful summer evening.
Wow.
It was a perfect evening. Yep.
Ya tú sabes, mi gente, mira, vamos a disfrutar. Búsquese en sus palomitas de maíz, get your popcorn, get your favorite
And feel
drink,
that
and kick
perfect
back and let's
evening.
see this, man. Let's get into this,
Drinking
guys.
water here. Go ahead.
Okay.
Antes de empezar, quiero decirle que para mí es un verdadero honor participar aquí esta noche con los colegas y con ustedes, el público que nos hizo a nosotros.
¡Te queremos, Pacheco!
We love you!
We love you!
I'm gonna speak Spanish.
We love you! Daddy, we love you!
I love you too. More than you love me.
God bless you and Cookie!
¿Qué fue el último?
God bless you and Cookie!
Oh, thank you. Yo creía que había dicho otra cosa. El carajo. Bueno, antes de arrancar, quiero darle las gracias a ustedes por venir aquí esta noche. Estos son los eventos que nunca se olvidan.
¡Exactamente!
Y quiero decir una cosa al público, que para mí, Pico de Rodríguez era el negro más lindo que yo conocí en mi vida. Se paraba derechito y parecía un pirulí. Pero la verdad que fue el mejor sonero. El mejor sonero, improvisando y cantando.
Eso es así.
Y ahora lo dejo con...
No, ahora los dejas con nosotros.
contigo.
Conmigo. You stuck with me. It's on. Guess who's in charge right now?
Me.
Guess who's in charge, Pacheco?
Pacheco, tira.
Sima, Siwa, Masa.
was the name that we found there? So Cita was in Lincoln Center with who?
Oh, it says his real name. That's not the clause. Juan Pablo Nipping. That was his real name.
Who?
That was Johnny
Johnny
Pacheco's real
Pacheco.
name. We were like looking at his real birth name.
Yeah, I can't remember what his real name.
They said that's what it says on the internet. I'm like, what? That's
Yeah.
weird.
My brother was directing the band that night.
Oh, that's
Wow.
so awesome.
Yeah.
So Willie Torres, I saw Willie Torres. I was showing Alida. I said, you wanted to know who was coaching me that day? So there
Yeah,
he goes.
can you believe that right in the
I was
front?
just looking
Johnny
when
Pacheco.
I was looking for
And
all
you.
your videos and everything. I'm like, wait a minute, now I gotta play this one. You know?
It's a small world.
Yeah. He's like family, Willie.
Wow, man, look
Yeah.
at that, look at that.
So are you performing anywhere now or doing
I-
anything with music?
I haven't been performing. Like I haven't dedicated my life to this, so
Yeah.
sometimes I get calls, sometimes I don't, and I just chill.
That's it.
So I might have something in Brooklyn in July. I'm waiting to see, if that's gonna pull through. It's an African festival in a nice park in Brooklyn. I think
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Amador Park, something like that. I've done it before with them. So maybe let's see what happens. I'm waiting to see. My manager calls me. That would-
That's good.
Of July.
Well, do you enjoy singing? It's something that I know it's not what you dedicated, but is it in you to sing, you know?
I love to sing. I love to dance. It's another one of my passions. Bilingual education, teaching, singing and dancing, being on stage. I love it.
That's what makes you happy. That's great.
I-
That's great.
Yeah.
So we got Imai Castro here, big fan of salsa. He's always
Yeah.
every week.
Imael, I know Imael.
Uh-huh.
And my girl Judy is there.
And
And
right here, Sandra otra vez.
Uh-huh.
yes, la prima.
There
And
you go.
Héctor sent a message while we were watching the video. Héctor, que se dé, que nos conozcamos pronto. Si Dios quiere, gracias.
Yes, he's a very good guy. I was conversating with him not too long ago, and he has a nice song out there que se llama
Yeah.
Para que no te olvides.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
nice song.
Yeah.
Check it out on YouTube.
It's
It's
good.
called Para que no me olvides, Hector Manuel. It's
What's
very
his-
good.
What's his last name?
I think you find them just by Hector Manuel.
Héctor Manuel. Okay.
Yeah.
Manuel.
On YouTube is a very nice
Yeah.
song, and wow, hay muchos músicos que están saliendo con una salsa bien chévere, unos arreglos bien chéveres,
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm compiling all that. I'm trying to finish the website. Another thing on the list.
it's a lot of work. But you know what? We love what we do.
So what I was gonna say was on our new website that's coming up. It's gonna say SpanglishCafeShow.com. I'm gonna have like the videos of all the artists that come on our show, so people can see like a library of people, all the salseros out there, and because we've interviewed already. Well, we're on 36 now, so
We're on episode 36,
Yeah.
so we feel pretty
Yeah.
good, and we've had a good outcome to it. A lot of people
Yeah.
are responding, and we're right now we're growing our branch. So future festivals, look out. You're gonna see the Spanglish Cafe brand out there, and
right.
I don't know. I just love what I do.
And then we also have freestyle. We do freestyle showcase on Thursday, because I'm New Yorican, so I gotta throw some freestyle in there.
It's that whole freestyle movement.
I
Oh,
know.
you're in Puerto Rico.
I moved to Puerto Rico in 1979, so I missed it. So I'm not a freestyle fan like some
Mm.
New Yorkers are, But one time I went with a friend of mine to this place in Brooklyn, and that's all they played, and I danced my butt off. You heard me? Like I was sweating bullets. My house was all wet. It's ridiculous.
It's fun. It's just fun music.
Hey, what did Imai saying there, Cita?
Yeah, I won the Mokolo Crystal twice. Imael, I was devastated when I won it the second time. I didn't.
What is that?
I'm
What
like,
is that, Cita? Can you explain what the Mokolo the
it's
Mokolo Award is, the Crystal Award?
yeah. I won the Female Entertainment of the Year. He has this wonderful crystal, and it's really heavy. It could serve as a
A
as a
weapon.
weapon. And I don't have one, I have two.
Oh,
So they Ismael honors, artists in different categories. You know, they've included radio hosts, radio shows, and he says they're during the Tanai Digital Media Award, and gives everybody the opportunity to be out there, and the people vote. The people vote, and I got voted twice, and I'm glad there wasn't a third time, because once was enough for me, because the way I think, so I got to give everybody else an opportunity. But I'm grateful that I won twice.
That's
But that blew
awesome.
me away. I remember somebody tagged me on the second, because I couldn't. I think he might asked me to be present for the second one, and I couldn't make it. And then after the show started, somebody tagged me, and everybody's congratulating me. I'm like, what happened? What happened? So, but it was a beautiful experience. It was a beautiful
That's
experience.
awesome. And where did they did it in New York, the event?
I can't remember where. I can't remember where. Yeah, Imael, where?
Ismael, ¿dónde era?
hold on. Let me see.
No,
He's not there. Now he just said something about the crystal. He said
from
that the
Italy.
crystal comes directly from Italy.
Look at that.
Oh, there it is. Oh, okay, World Wide Web.
World Wide Web.
What?
What?
I'll take a picture of it one day and post it.
Oh, that's so
And then
awesome.
Hector Manuel is my Hector Manuel is a good guy. Look, he's like saying, I have you as a Facebook friend. I will send it to you on Facebook Messenger. And then he
Beautiful.
said,
Let's do it.
I just sent it to you. Okay, so we got it, Hector.
See,
Yes.
we're communicating. That's good.
Esto es lo que
That's
me
what
gusta,
we're trying
¿viste?
to do is
Trying to unite.
unir, los salseros, all the people out there that are creating music right now, that have created music that can help other people grow. Right? They need help. It's all about, like, you into education. It's about educating each other.
Yeah.
Oh, Hector said I also got 2 awards. Very grateful.
Yeah, not too long ago they went to Chicago and they had the
Oh,
Oh, yeah?
some kind of award. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, when I see that, in all those, I think after 79 that she moved, I think she went through various groups. So I know that one of the groups that you played for was Los Hijos de la Salsa.
Los Hijos de la Salsa. That was when I was after I graduated from high school. So I recorded my first tune with Los Hijos de la Salsa. I was 19 years old, and it's titled La Hija de la Rumba.
Ooh.
And in 2019, I have my dear friend Arturo Ortiz, a respected Puerto Rican piano player, arranger, director of bands. He did another arrangement for me, and now when I sing, I do that song too. So
I know
that's-
I've been rocking that song for the last week. You know.
He plays songs
I
over and
she's
over
like
again.
sometimes she gets out of the room because
You know,
she's like, I say, honey, this is our job, so I gotta make
that's
sure.
your job. No.
Well, it's my
No,
job. That's
my
why.
job
Well,
too,
it's
but
my job. So she's
he
like,
has to learn the words, right? So he has to repeat the song. And the thing is, which is really interesting to me, I'm paying attention, but I'm not. But I know the rhythm of the song. So if he plays the music and he starts singing, I can sing along with it. But if you tell me to sing it
without
without it, I can't.
right
I
because you
don't-
haven't learned it yet.
No, I haven't learned it, but I know the rhythm, and he'll start singing. Oh yeah, I know, and I'll start singing it like if I know it, you know. Oh, no, that's what I used to do when I was a girl too, because I couldn't. Both my parents were pianists, so they really didn't. I don't remember if they sat with me. I don't. I remember I was a little girl when they did, but I took classes. But I could really never coordinate to read the music and get the key coordination, like the eye, the movement from the eye to the keyboard. I had an issue. Like by the time I got to the keyboard, I don't know where I'm going. Was it C, D, E? What was it?
but you know what,
Yeah.
Cita? You know what I love about her? Look, her mother still plays Chopin.
Yeah, she does.
Okay, and all that, Beethoven. She still does the 86, and she still knows how to read music. Excellent. she has many other talents. Como no pudo aprender la música, pero ella tiene mucho talento en otros departamentos que son muy útiles in this business.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she does. Yeah.
She does a lot of stuff for me, you know, and I always talk about it. I give
know
credit.
music in the sense of
you know.
sound. Like my mother taught me to really be to learn. Like she taught me the sound. Like when his orchestra's rehearsing, I'm like, who's off? Like I can tell who's off.
Good ear. You have a
Yeah.
Good ear.
Yeah.
Mira, tú conoces este tipo que está aquí, ¿dónde que está? Mira, él dice que si hay problema por ahí, ¿a quién hay que?
Archimercado.
Mira que se pareció por ahí. Ay,
This
ay,
is a good friend of ours, Evelyn.
Evelyn.
Tremenda
Hi,
salsera.
girl, I miss you. Mwah. My bestie.
Bestie, I get up with her dad's music. She should continue his legacy. Well, she does, Evelyn. That's what this woman lives for.
I try.
Y mira quién está aquí, the one and only, Debra.
Hey, Deborah.
What's up, Pecosa?
Saludos, mi amor. How are you?
Tremenda también, tremenda promotora. She, as a matter of fact, she is Hector Manuel's manager. So just to let you know.
If you need to get Hector Manuel, you can reach
We need
him
to do
or
a nice
Deborah.
concert. That's what we need to do. Hector Manuel, quien está acá, y Mike Castro. Gracias a Dios, todo está súper bien.
Me alegro.
That's good. Well, thank you for the support. Gracias por estar aquí and supporting our show. You know, we try to keep growing it and just helping the salsa world, right?
Exactly.
La música de la salsa from the old times and to all the people now and all the young ones. I've heard there's a lot of new kids out there, you know, jovencitos que están cantando en la isla y todo eso. So we want to get to know
new
those
talent, young.
new talent. We really want to get to know those talents and showcase them, because nowadays everything is through shows like ours and you know, YouTube and all the other other things.
Look what Deborah said. No,
What?
Deborah just tuned in. She said, JCee, she said, JCee, I'm ready for your show. Anytime, girl. Mira, si tú quieres ahora mismo, tú quieres saludar a la cita, yo te envío el link para que te ponga un minutito, para que le digas hello, and then we're out. So I got your number right here, and I'll send you the link. Pasarlo por aquí. What I'm going to do is, vamos a gozarnos este tema, que fue cuando ya estaba con los hijos de la salsa, las hijas de la rumba. So let's enjoy this right now. And then when we come back, I'm going to put Deborah in so she can say hello to Cita. And see, this is why I love my show, because I'm not ashamed to bring people in, y especialmente gente que son buenas y respetuosas, and that we can have a future with, you know what I mean? So vamos a disfrutar de esto mismo. La hija de la rumba, Cita, te digo, la condesa de la salsa. Venimos ahora, mi gente.
Soy la hija de la rumba, mi cuna fue vecina por el mar y mi padre un gran rumbero.
Oh,
Woo! There you
La
go, my
rumba.
people. La hija de la rumba. Wow. Amazing.
You
That
can't
was-
sit here. You want to get up and start dancing, you know?
Everybody was throwing fire signs out there. Fire signs.
So that was the first tune I ever recorded, and my father was my coach in the studio.
Nice.
So I learned a lot.
Oh, I can imagine.
Day. Yep.
Oh, we wish we had smartphones, right? So we can have all that footage, you know?
Oh, wow.
And I think about that, and you know, because my dad passed in 2007, and but anyway, just you know, thinking about the times when he played. I have one video of him playing the piano, and I
Wow.
sent it to some place to get it digitalized, and they said they couldn't because it had a little mold on it.
Wow.
And I'm like, are you kidding? I'm gonna do it myself.
Hey, talking about shows, okay? I got something to say here, and I'm gonna put it out so you know people can see because there's something happening soon. But then I'm gonna say something after that. So this is my friend Archie Mercado. Vive Ritmos Miami, sábado 8 de junio en el Miramar Regional Park, right? Andy Montañez, Josmar Sumambo, la puertorriqueña, Don Periñón, Alex Castro, Tony Toyan, para más información, right? But there's only one person missing there. So what's up with Cita Rodriguez, baby?
They don't invite me to Florida.
¿Por qué no le invitan a ella, papá?
Nobody to Florida?
Let's invite her to
We're
Florida.
gonna fix that.
We're
We're
gonna
going
fix
to
that. We're gonna
that.
fix that.
And that's okay. Don't
Pero that's okay. I still give them the, you know, yo lo anuncio porque yo no tengo, you know, ¿para qué? Si aquí hay para todo el mundo, you know,
Well,
you know,
we
I know,
have
they
to
know.
talk. We have to talk because I'm a part of a foundation and has to do with women. So I want to talk to you about that later. So,
Yeah, we'll talk in private. That's a
offline.
different
Yeah,
conversation. You're offline.
exactly. And I'm looking always for.
That's Debra está diciendo que she remembers you see that when you was a young girl when Pete will bring her to Miami when he performed with Eddie. What's his percussionist guy?
Which Eddie?
Which Eddie, Debra? Debra, ¿cuál Eddie? ¿Tiene un apellido?
Rivera? Who? Which Eddie?
Yes, woman power. She goes, Deborah. Oye, JCee, no.
No, Nachi dice, yo no la cuqué, no, Nachi, estamos relajando, papi, tú sabes que este show no es de drama, pero sería bonito, ¿verdad? Que de vez en cuando, ¿verdad? Que...
¿A qué hay que darle? La verdad, dejen el show, esa es la verdad.
Exactly.
¿Dónde están las mujeres en el show?
Que no sea cierto.
Mira, woman power, Debra.
Mira, y la cosa es, ¿dónde están las mujeres? Yo puedo decirte 5 salseras ahora mismo, mujeres,
Mira, aquí está el nombre.
que no están aquí, okay, que no están en Miami, no están en Florida.
Eddie Bongo.
So, call me.
Eddie Bongo Torres.
I don't
Eddie
remember.
Bongo.
But I remember when there was a time when we lived in Puerto Rico that we went, I want to say maybe
Torres.
3 or 4 times to Miami a despedir el año. I remember that. We went with Papi's Conjunto. And we went, I think it was in Miami. And one time we did Despedimos el Año with Roberto Blades. That was the last time we went. Before that, we alternated with Wilfrido Vargas. Yeah, so it was a couple of years back to back that we went to Miami. I remember that. We had fun.
It's crowded now. We went to Miami about a month ago. We went to see
Yeah.
a good friend of ours, but she was staying on a condo right off of West End. So like if you go to South Beach, but it's not the South Beach side, it's the other side, the West End side. It was so tranquil right there. It was kind of strange because you're just sitting like by the pool area and the water's right there and the boats are going by, right? And South Beach is like behind us. But we don't hear, we don't see it. So you feel like you're in your own little world, you know?
Yeah.
So that's when it's pretty. But then when you get on the highway, forget it. You ruin the whole moment.
Cita, what is it like to play in La Maqueta? Because, you know, I grew up in Madison Avenue and 115th Street, which is down the road.
La Marqueta is my Carnegie Hall. That's all that needs to be said.
Wow, that's it. You said it all.
Sí.
¿Para qué decir más?
Carnegie Hall, La Marqueta.
I always wanted to be there, and I'm telling you, one day I'm going to go to the maqueta. You know, I'm a New Yorker. Yo soy un neoyorquino también.
So
And
te
I
lo
hope,
estás
you
perdiendo.
know,
Te lo estás perdiendo.
I know. And I went there for a show like
Go
a few
nowhere.
years back.
I don't have to go nowhere else.
Ah.
La marqueta, we good. Son mi gente. That's right. And they know it. That's right. Don't play. Okay, I get.
So, Cita, mira, I got a question for you. Que yo sé que, you know, you know, you've recorded a lot, pero yo vi algo que tú grabaste. ¿Y quién es Graciela Pérez? What does Graciela Pérez mean to you?
Is and was and will continue to be an incredible Cuban Afro-Latina que causó sensación. ¿Entiende? También era hermana de Machito.
Oh, wow.
Graciela sigue siendo grande en el mundo de la música. Graciela es una de esas mujeres cantantes que abrieron el camino para las mujeres cantantes.
Nice.
And we still need to enforce that because it's still happening sometimes. You know, la salsa and the women.
I know. I was mentioning it before, not to get into too many details, but
Right.
it I don't know why, even till now, sometimes it's difficult to be a woman in certain arenas. And even if you're a strong woman, well, you know. I know, you know what, this woman, I met this woman in the store today, and she goes to me, she said, you know, I'm waiting for the time when men have children and we don't have to do it. She goes like that, and I go, where did that come from? Like, she was exhausted, you know?
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yo, this is a good one. I want to see before I get into this, because I want to show one of the songs that she did on that album. And it's incredible. So we're gonna listen to it soon. But first, they were saying we need this woman on stage together.
Yeah.
Fast. Absolutely. I double that.
Let's do it, Deborah.
I double that. So, ya tú sabes.
I didn't understand that. We need this woman on
She
stage.
said we need this woman on stage together and fast. Okay, you need to be on stage like right now. They need to have you on a show like soon.
That would be wonderful. Thank you, Deborah.
Okay, Deborah. Vamos a pelear ahora, okay? Nos vamos a pelear ahora. Men think they're the only ones that can do this. Absolutely not. Deborah gets personal now. No te pongas a pelear ahora, okay?
What? JCee and I.
But you are right. But she's right. She's absolutely right.
JCee and I have been doing festivals, events, all for the last 6 years.
Yes.
We've been doing events together, and you know, we got stronger together, as they say. We collaborated together, took what he knows and I know, and we did this. And so nobody can say anything. We did a whole festival one time in Miramar, the city of Miramar.
Just us alone.
The two of us with like 20 vendors and the
So
whole band.
So I was a musician. I was the security with the walkie-talkie. I was making sure that this guy got here, and make sure that this guy.
And it was 100 degrees.
And it was 100 degrees.
It was 100 degrees and sun in Florida. And it was September like 7th or something. And it was so hot. All I had that day, I remember, was I was drinking water and eating watermelon and fruit.
That's the best thing.
Fruit, because I couldn't hydrate enough, you know? So I could just grabbing fruit and water because it was so hot that day.
Esto fue por una tormenta that I think the Bahamas had.
That was the Bahamas had the hurricane beforehand. So, you know, when the weather in Florida here, when the weather gets really hot, and in Puerto Rico también, you know, when it gets too hot, the water's too hot, it causes more.
Yeah.
So, mi gente, let's see Cita Rodriguez. We're going to check out, okay, La Botánica que ella hizo en un homenaje a Graciela Pérez, okay, como ella dijo, la hermana de Machito.
Y después, más tarde, para los que no han escuchado a la diva de Graciela cantar La Botánica, googleanla.
I'm going to Google it right now. We're going to Google it while we're doing this.
So I did the best that I could. I prepared myself the best that I could all by myself. Listening to her and trying to make it, you know, trying to make the song my own, understanding it and understanding that it's a tribute to to a great woman, you know, a woman that paved the way. And ella es parte de la escuela que todas las mujeres deben estar escuchando y estudiando si quieren seguir cantando o cantar en este negocio. Let's do
That's
it.
beautiful.
Wow.
So ya tú sabes, mi gente, vamos a disfrutar algo nuevo. Mira, un homenaje a Graciela Pérez, Cita Rodríguez and the vocals. So disfruten de esto, mi gente.
La botánica está acabando con la farmacia. La botánica está acabando con la farmacia. Yo te lo dije a ti que está acabando con la farmacia. Que la botánica está acabando con la farmacia. Que tanto cuento con la receta si en la farmacia no te dan nada. Vete pa'l barrio o la marqueta que allí te dan la botánica. La botánica está acabando con la farmacia. La botánica está acabando con la farmacia. Yo te lo dije a ti que está acabando con la farmacia. Que la botánica está acabando con la farmacia. Un cocimiento de hierba buena con mejorana y toronjil. Tú te lo tomas por la mañana y tú verás, tú me vas a decir. Bueno, cuando se trata de botánica, yo sí sé de todo. Ayer por la mañana vino a mi botánica Juancha la Gambá pidiendo un remedio imposible. La negrota quería verse más linda que una rosa. Y yo, ni corta ni perezosa, le preparé un baño con sal pa' afuera de que me habla y hierba canga. Ahora la negra anda de modelo y nunca volvió a pagarme mi derecho. Luego, a eso de la medianoche, mientras hacía mis rezos misteriosos, me llamó Pancracio Paso Corto, un negro negrísimo del barrio. Me dice que tiene necesidad de un amor. ¿Y yo qué tengo que ver con eso? Pero, como lo que me gusta es ayudar a mi gente, de seguido le hice un menjunje con cundiamor, benamú, tate quieta, no pregunte, jala jala y hierba cangá. Porque yo para todas estas cosas lo que uso es hierba cangá. Luz para Graciela, que fue la que me enseñó. Muchacho, pasan los 3 días y me entero que el negrito se casó con el Melerinda la Caimana. ¡Muchacho! When I mentioned that I prepared myself
by myself. I was referring to actually learning the song and making it my own. But I want to mention that Frankie Vázquez was my mentor through all of the tunes that I recorded, not only with this project, but everything I did with the Mambo Legends. You know, he helped me so much. He did what my father would have done if my father were to be here. So Frankie Vázquez, I love him so much. He's living in Colombia, in Cali, Colombia right now, and he's doing his thing. So
Nice.
I'm always expressing my gratitude with whoever and whatever, and hoy le toca a Frankie Vázquez.
That's cool.
Ah,
Frankie
qué
Vázquez, ya tú
bueno.
sabes, para la gente que sabe, lo conocen como el sonero del barrio. He's
Yes.
been all over the place, Spanish Harlem,
Yeah.
etc., etc.,
He was up
etc.
here. Where?
Yeah, he was up
He's
here.
down in
The last time I
Hollywood.
saw Frankie was in an event in Crave Lounge, which was in Sunrise. It was a few years, like I would say before the pandemic.
Right.
It was a nice event. He was with Pito Paris and the Bad Boys of Salsa.
Yeah.
So, you know, they had a great show that day. I was amazing. I was with Nuestro Magazine, which is Alida's magazine. I was
Yeah, I
over
didn't
there.
go that
chilling.
night. I don't know. I wasn't feeling
And
it.
look, we got we got here aquí, se están mudando para Colombia donde son apreciados. Deborah's a real, ella, she's an activist, baby. Ella quiere
She
que
tells
apoyen
it.
a los salseros. She tells it like it is.
Yeah.
That's woman power. Entonces tenemos aquí otra mujer poderosa que tiene el show Entérate los lunes, la nena Sandy Salsera. La
Claro.
nena Sandy, so ya tú sabes. Saludos, nena, ya tú sabes. So yeah, you know, I support
Deborah's on
everybody.
fire.
No, Deborah's on fire. She's like,
Yeah.
what?
Oh, I want to say hi to Maggie. Maggie, I see you.
Thank you, my
Hi,
sister from another
Maggie.
mister. So yeah, you know, we have other platforms too, you know, and I'm glad, that this is why I say that you have to hang up the egos, because aquí yo le doy props a everybody, because you know we have Debra tiene un show los viernes que se llama Happy Hour with Debra, la nena Sandy tiene los lunes, José Luis High Definition tiene los jueves hasta que se rompe el cuero, Wiki González tiene los shows de que ahora mismo está en vivo en el show de él empieza a las 8. So Wiki's already arrancado con el de él. Tenemos a Edwin el Calvito Reyes los martes, metido en mi garaje. So you know, we all should be,
nice group of-
we have a nice group of platforms around, and they're very
Yeah.
respectful,
Yeah.
you know, no drama and stuff like that. So I'm glad that we're all uniting together to keep on maintaining the shine on our artists, that
Right.
que la gente se olvida en algunas
Es
veces.
que estamos tratando de hacer la misma cosa. Like we're all trying to share and apoyar los salseros and the ones that are out there to keep the music alive, right? To keep it going for the next generation, for the young people to learn about salsa and our roots, because it's our roots.
Y para decir la verdad, si yo no digo, si no menciono algo porque se me olvidó mencionar algo, maybe lo mencionan en otro show,
Right.
you know? Or what I forgot to say, they say it in other platforms.
Yeah, everybody has
you
it
know?
different. Yeah.
And whatever the other platforms didn't mention, maybe I'm mentioning it. So tú me entiendes,
Right.
es bueno mirar a todo el mundo, porque siempre
Yeah.
hay información de todos los lados.
Right, right.
Exacto. Bien importante. Qué
Yeah.
chévere.
And we try to keep it real, you know, like you said, it's like we're just talking in the living room, you know, we're just talking in the living room. People get to know you.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. You know, it's about the art. It's about what you've gone through, all this incredible experience you had on stage with Johnny Pacheco and all these people. I mean, just your father alone, right?
Wow.
That mentor all your life, seeing that, wow, you know, the talent and the hard work, things
Yeah.
that we don't know about, right? You know, all the times he's in the studio, right? Grabando y practicando y cosas así que la gente no ve en eso. Dice, ay, qué fácil. Nah, eso no es fácil.
You know, we have another good friend of ours, Tito Puente Jr., que also, when he was on our show, he said, man, JCee, if you knew, my father used to take us everywhere, and we were like sleeping in the back room while they were rehearsing. You know, they were kids, you know.
Yeah.
He does the thing with his
Que
kids.
now
too.
his kids right now, yeah. Pero sus hijos de él, they're both musicians. His son plays some really good drums.
It's very good. I
He's
mean,
very
it's
good.
bueno,
La otra
you know.
canta. They're you know, they're in the business too. So it's nice to see it. I love seeing the children of the artists, and now we're like third generation deep now, right? So it's even more so because we grew up with this. We grew
Exactly.
up with those times. We were little girls, you know, when it was happening, when Fania was happening, that we didn't know. Like I didn't know. My father was with a lot of different people. And my father would have been alive. He would have been like 97.
I know.
So,
Willie just hit
Willie
100.
Rosario just turned 100. So
Yes.
my mother, he still remembers my mother. We got together. He was doing a concert in Fort Lauderdale, and I surprised my mother for her birthday, and I took her backstage. And they right away they're like, "Oh, Maria, Willie," like they knew each other.
Willie took it to after he finished the set. He went to
called
get your
her
mother
on
and put
stage.
her right in front of everybody. Said, "This is my very good friend Maria Cáceres
Eh,
for more than 50 years.
compositora,
Compositora, Maru.
pianista,
Oh
yeah.
my God, that we made her day."
Yeah.
You know. So here's Don Ricky La Nena. I love Cita Rodriguez. She's great. Her friend and very different in the
Bolero.
tropical music and her boleros. Wow.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Andy, te abrazo, mi amor.
My
Oh,
son.
listen, talking about Pacheco.
Oh.
We were gonna mention something. Something
So,
that's funny.
No, it's just funny. So we have dogs. We have a lot of animals. So we have little animals. We had puppies. They're 6 months old now. So we're trying to think of names. And of course, I love Snoopy. So I had to name one Snoopy. You know, he's funky like that. He's kind of quirky. So he's that Snoopy. And then the other one we named Pacheco. But now the funny part about the name Pacheco is that I'm thinking music, right? And he was thinking football. So we're fans of Kansas City Chiefs, and Pacheco is the Puerto Rican
The running back.
that won the
Super
Super Bowl. So you get both worlds. You got a running back and a singer,
So
right?
we got music and football. That's it, Pacheco. And he's good. I'm getting him a little
He's
jersey
happy.
too.
Salsa and football. He's happy.
I'm happy. I'm happy. Pero mira, aquí
yeah.
tenemos, we have something here, un recuerdito from 1994. This was at the Copacabana in New York City, January 21st. It's a little thing that we got from Cita here, and I think her father's in this one, and her brother, Pete Rodriguez Jr. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's enjoy this, and we're going to be right back with Cita, okay? So,
Flashback
lay
memory.
back, flashback memories. You know, we like to see the beautiful things, so enjoy it, mi gente.
Bueno, espero que mi gente que me oye, mi familia y a mí tengan un programa nuevo.
Us ladies downstairs. Until you can see your mother sing. 20, 20, 20.
Bueno, pues parece que mover yo, ¿sabes?
Yo sé que no tenemos moda, porque dice mi voz, hoy yo sonero, que me pide lo que quiera. Que tú te creías que eras dueño de todo, y me decías que el mundo andaba solo. Y de repente llegué, sin que carrera te fiera. Y me resulta vergüenza, porque no me bandeja. Oh, tu vida, no pienses silencio, así te va, que allá te dice, que no te
nice. I mean, I'm all excited, you know, and I never
Candela.
had, you know, I had my uncles that were guitarrista, you know, cuadrista, and do the aguinaldo. That's the closest I had to have family, you know, that were in the business. But salsa, man, I can't even imagine growing up.
That was
And
wonderful.
all,
Had
you
great
know,
musicians there. Jimmy Bosch was there, Jimmy Delgado, Pedro Pocholo, and who else? Charlie Sepulveda was the last one that was doing the solo there.
nice.
Yeah, it was a great band. Eddie Rivera and Timbales. We used to have a lot of fun, and every time one of us would sing, Papi was elated. Forget it. Elated. He was so proud of us. Buenos tiempos. Salud.
Yeah, and you looking there like, man, like ese pelo parecía ahí una taína, una boricua, una taína. That hair straight up, loose.
Afro Latina, presente.
Yeah, those are.
Right.
Oh my God, it's so
That was,
awesome, you know.
we used to have a lot of fun on stage. A lot of fun on stage.
That's great. Those memories are great because those stay with you forever. You know, those are those things. And then with the videos and all that stuff, you have more memories so people can see. So that their music lives on, you know?
Exactly.
It's so awesome.
There was times also cuando tú estabas con los hijos de Rey, you guys went on tour con el combo de ayer.
Tío de la salsa.
No, los hijos de la salsa, but you went on tour sometimes with
We
con el
went
combo de ayer.
to Venezuela.
Venezuela.
Con el combo del ayer. Ahí estaba Pellín. That was Pellín Rodríguez, que en paz descanse. That was Pellín Rodríguez's last trip. When we got back, to Puerto Rico, I think the next day le dio un derrame cerebral and he never got out of that. And that
Wow.
was a great trip. That was a great trip also.
Wow.
Mira, aquí te pregunta Sandy, dile cómo compara las presentaciones en época con ahora.
Las presentaciones, bueno, son muchas cosas que son distintas y diferentes comparado a ahora. Ahora no hay ni clubs, you know, vamos a decir en Nueva York. Se están haciendo muchos eventos en lounges, en restaurantes. ¿Tú me entiendes? Gracias, sonerito guarachero, gracias. Me corté el pelo después que mi papá partió. After my father passed away, I was so stressed out that all my hair was falling out. So I decided to just cut it like this, and I've kept it like this. I like it.
It looks very good on you. You rock it very well.
I cut my hair too. I love it.
When I met
so
Alida,
easy.
ella tenía pelo largo.
Right now,
And she thought, you know how a lot of men act like when their women want to cut their hair and they're like, que tú te vas a cortar el pelo. So when she got together with me, you know, I'm different. So she was like, oh, siempre estaba dando complaint, the blower, that it's hot, then you go outside, your hair gets all frizzy. I said, girl,
If we're in
why
Florida,
don't you do
know?
like me? Like just shave a side or something, or shave everything and leave
Now I
it.
just shaved I shaved both sides.
And that's it. And so it looks great. It looks great.
Yeah, this is long right now. I got to cut this too.
whatever makes you comfortable, do that.
Right? Exactly.
That's what I say. I don't have no saying in that. I'm like, I ain't gonna even mess with it.
So, volviendo a la pregunta de Sandy, son tantas cosas que difieren de la época de antes, de hoy, que eso es otro show. ¿Tú me entiendes? Porque la música en sí, ¿tú me entiendes? Aunque es salsa, hay ciertas cosas que han cambiado. ¿Tú me entiendes? But yeah, it's a lot of things that we can talk about pertaining to that question.
Right, I know. We could be like, forget it for days here talking about it.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to, I mean, even though you have big band now, all I remember was back in the day, Daddy always talked about, because he always played with big band, right? So there was more than 12, wasn't there?
Well, there were bands that were like 18-piece.
Because I know I have to,
Yeah.
yes.
Everybody had a big band, right?
Everybody.
Sandy, not everybody had a big band. Like my
Not
father,
everybody. Right.
my father had a conjunto after he left Pacheco. And then when he came back to Puerto Rico in 1980, he did another conjunto. And then when he moved back to New York in 1991, he did an orquesta. ¿Tú me entiendes?
Ah,
Which is he added a timbal, he added a trombone to the band. So from a conjunto, it went to an orquesta. Now,
okay.
like the orquesta de Tito Puente, de
Willie Rosario,
Machito
Machito. Yeah.
is different than Willie Rosario's band, even though Willie Rosario has more instruments than what another band might have, but it's not what is considered a big band. You know,
Okay.
What's the difference?
a big band would be Machito, Tito Rodriguez band was a big band. The Mambo Legends is a big band. You know,
Okay.
they have 5 sax, 5 trombones.
Oh,
That's
what?
a big band. Yeah, you know, when I
That was
used
like some Frank Sinatra stuff, man.
right when I used to sing with the Mambo Legends, that's what it was. It was like sometimes 20,
Mario Ortiz is 16.
22
Yeah, Mario. Yeah.
that CD where I did La Botanica, the Mambo Legends accompanied me on that CD. You know, that's a big band.
Okay.
Mario
That's,
Ortiz, Mario Ortiz, not as big as like the Mambo Legends and Tito Puente, but that was a big band.
wow. Wow.
You know, we talking about big bands. We had when we had before we closed our studio in Fort Lauderdale that we moved. We had Pete, right? We had this guy named Pete, and he had I think a 20-piece band. He had like about
Oh, the
4
Haitian band?
saxes. No, Pete, my trumpet player. Remember the big sound that you
Oh,
went to?
yes.
Okay, so we went to the Arts Garage to
Oh,
see him.
yeah, it was beautiful.
So he had like about 5 saxes. He had 4 trombones,
True jazz.
4 trumpets, and I'm like,
So that would be considered a big band,
Yeah,
right?
that was a
Right.
big band. It was
Wow,
beautiful.
that was
All the
amazing.
horns, you know, it was just amazing. That did rehearsals at our studio, and then
Yeah.
yeah,
so very nice things are happening. You know, I thank the Lord. So I'm so grateful
Mhm.
every day. You know, every day I see signs of God and
Mhm.
things are happening so much for us. And you know, todo estaba bien. I got nothing to complain about, you know.
Beautiful.
that's how
So,
we
you
have
know,
to be
es
grateful.
seguir para adelante y yo ayudar el que yo puedo ayudar, even if it's through a simple promotion. To me, every promotion
Dios
is
te,
important.
te bendice cuando tú caminas así.
¿Tú me entiendes? Yo no tengo ego en mi corazón. I don't have hate in my heart. I just want everybody to be happy, man. I want everybody to have a slice
Enjoy
of the
the
pie.
music. And it's like enjoy the music. There's so much music out there. Hay un estilo para cada persona, ¿verdad? And we have salseros y salseras que we have music que sobra. So learn about all these new artistas, right? That we put on the show, or people don't
Exactly.
even, or artistas that you don't even know about, that you don't know, they didn't tell you. Especially for the newer, the younger generation. Many of the parents don't really talk about it. If you're very, I mean, if you're Latino, you're Puerto Rican, you know what I mean? Like it's in the roots, it's in our blood. So it's something about, even if you don't really are a salsera, like I wasn't a salsera. I know of it because of my dad and my mother. My mother did bolero.
She's a rocker,
Yeah,
Cita. She's a rocker. She's into Bon Jovi. She was into Iron Maiden.
No, not Iron
No,
Maiden.
no,
That's too
no.
hard. No, not hard rock.
And you know, she interviewed Phil Collins.
Uh-huh.
She's interviewed Bret Michaels.
Mhm.
So you know, esa le gusta. She's learning about
But what
salsa
I'm
because
saying-
of me.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is still in the roots. It's in our blood. So even if I try to, I say like almost like avoid it, I can't, because it's already within me. It's part of my family. Yo me recuerdo cuando estaba chiquita en Gurabo, Puerto Rico, en la marquesina de mi abuela, y mis primos bailando. Y yo, ¿qué es eso? Salsa. Ok, yo miraba los pies para ver el ritmo, pero se me tiene el ritmo, right? You always get the rhythm. You got the rhythm going. So now you go, okay, what are the feet doing? What are the hands doing? So I used to watch them. I used to stare at them and see what they were doing. And I've never taken a lesson, but I just dance, you know?
Yeah, cool.
You know, so we look forward to seeing you out there. I'm kind of looking forward to see.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Well, after the show, you know, we have a little bit time left. We're gonna play another video, which is gonna be the final video. And I'm telling you, we could be here for days talking, and there's so much to talk about. I mean, I get deep sometimes, but we always try to keep it to a 1 hour, hour and a half to 2 hours. And usually I have two artists on the show every week. But this week I told everybody it was a special interview and that I just wanted to hug you to ourselves. And we didn't want nobody else in the show.
And a big thank you to our friend Michael Colon, who was the one that made us, the connection between us to have this done. I met him through TikTok. He was the one that spoke
Oh
to
my
me.
God,
yeah?
me and Michael, yeah, because I know Michael from a while. I remember Arlene, Michael's wife, is a freestyle artist. Arlene, and she's going through some things right now. I'm gonna have her on my show one Thursday talking about her
Beautiful.
career of music. But Michael's a very good guy, and we met like in 2012. And wow, now they live up here. That was in New York when I was in New York. Now they're up here. I'm down here too. So we're gonna get soon. I know they don't live
Together.
they don't live that far from us right now. Maybe it cut it from 4 hours to at least an hour.
It's
an
kind
hour
of
and a half.
surprising the people that you meet and where
Yeah.
you meet them and who becomes really a good friend.
Right.
I always find that lately I've been letting things like flow, like get like the right people are being sent to me, friend wise and connections. So everything's been going that way, thank goodness.
Love, baby.
It's love in the heart always. You have to be grateful every day, and just have love in your heart. And where we live now, I'm really blessed, and I say it because I think more people need to appreciate life. I think we live in such a busy life. And growing up in New York, it was busy since I was born. I even was born, I was premature on top of it. So I was really in a rush. So, and then I went to LA, and then I came down to Miami. So that didn't get any better. So I've been like in a rush all the time. And I just now at a point now that I want to see the birds fly. I see the red cardinals flying in my garden.
It's a different life. I mean, we went from Fufu town to
Estamos como en el
back to the
campo,
country. I went
poquito,
back. I'm
poquito de
going back to
campo.
my roots. And the good thing is that whatever we do for a living, we can do it from anywhere that we move to. So that's the most grateful part that I'm with. That I can do it from anywhere that I live. So, and then I live with four women. Okay, so
he's in trouble. Oh, my mother, my aunt, so he's in trouble.
I'm always in trouble. So.
Anyway, hey, before I forget, Lenina was asking, so how can anybody reach you, Cita, if they want to, for a presentation or anything like that? Do they have your manager's number or something that they can reach you at?
They can reach me, inbox me for whatever, and then we can talk. And
Okay, what, on Facebook?
Yeah.
And anybody in Florida that you need to reach Cita, you can contact JCee Colon. Okay, we can make this happen. All right, I'm a hard bargainer. Okay, so I'm gonna take care of this. So. But we're gonna be talking after the show. We're gonna conversate a little bit.
Okay.
But in the meantime, we want to appreciate Cita. We're coming to that hour right now. We still have a lot of people here, but we can't keep the show for 3 or 4 hours. But
I'm hungry.
I know. But we ate before this. But no, I really do appreciate you, Cita. I hope it's not the last time. Anything, and por favor, anything that comes up with you, any performance, anything in the future that you have a flyer.
Yeah.
Even if we're here, we can still promote it through the show. And if it's a month from now, we'll promote it every Wednesday till the day of your show.
Right.
So
thank you so much.
Puede contar con nosotros for anything, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. Y a todos los que se conectaron con nosotros, los abrazo fuerte, fuerte, fuerte. Muchas gracias por sus palabras, por compartir con nosotros. And it was a pleasure being here. It was fun.
And
Thank
see,
you.
we
Thank
kept it real. We kept it straight
And
up.
wholesome.
And
Wholesome.
we left the drama for their mamas. They told me a lot of these dramas. So, esto es un show para hablar bueno y tener buenas críticas, y no se pone, like they say, no te pongas estúpido, because I will click you off the show, but anyway. And this is why we speak to our artists, because it's very important. For me, it's very important to do a show that an artist feels comfortable doing an interview. There's a lot of people that they get off the script, and sometimes the artists don't like it. So we have to respect our artists, please. Any other shows out there, you're doing a show with artists, por favor, mantener el respeto del artista, okay?
Claro que sí. Importante.
So, que lo envíe a mi página también, Debra. So, there you go.
Okay.
Si Debra es tu amiga, envíale la información. Debra is very good. She's a
All
good
right.
manager. She's a good representative down here. So, trabajamos juntos. So,
Yeah.
we all work together to make everything happen.
Right.
Chévere.
Okay?
All right.
All right.
So,
Thank you.
Cita, thank you so much.
Bendiciones.
I appreciate you so much. Y ya tú
I
sabes,
do.
don't be a stranger, okay?
Bye.
¡Woo! Cita Rodríguez, la Condesa. Bueno, mi gente, that was a very awesome interview. Para los que se sintonizaron temprano, cogieron la entrevista completa. We had a great time. Gracias a todas nuestras amistades, Debra, la nena. Wow, Héctor Multitud. A lot of people came in today. Sandra, la prima, Archie Mercado, Mona Rivera. I mean, I want to thank all these people. Douglas, otro bongocero. He's up in the Georgia, I think, or North Carolina area. Héctor Manuel, DJ Peter was in the house, el Sonerito Guarachero, José TNT Villanueva, Rey Santiago, que ya tú sabes, he's in the Tampa area, so. Bueno, pronto ya tú sabes, y vamos a ponerlo una vez más antes de irnos, que, you know, I can't say it enough, you know, save the date, October 6th, save the date, Puerto Rican Day Parade, Signature Awards Banquet on the 5th, Puerto Rican Day Parade and Multicultural Festival on October 6th. Okay, so
it's gonna be a really incredible festival this year. Some changes. One of the biggest changes is going to be at Fred Poppy Park.
Correct.
In Palm Bay, and so the park is very large, and there's going to be a huge space. There's going to be a stage already there. There's a big stage where the performers will be. We have a variety of music, but we're concentrating on salsa. Okay, salsa. So we're gonna have 3 hours of salsa that day. So it's gonna be amazing. What else? There's gonna be vendors, there's sponsors. If you want any information about sponsors or vendors, please inbox us. I'll give you all the information.
Pretty soon we're gonna have all that, right? She's gonna have everything printed out so we can show it on the screen here. Well, for the sponsors, we got packages, you know,
you just have to send me a message, and I can send me your email, and I will send you all the information to become a sponsor. It's for a nonprofit organization. The monies go to put on the festival so we can actually get more money for the scholarships for the Hispanic students at Eastern State College. I'm not sure if it goes to other colleges, but I know they work a lot with Eastern State College, and it's just trying to give another Hispanic an opportunity to attend college and get a degree. And we live, and where Palm Bay is really close to the Space Coast and Cape Canaveral, which we missed the launch. I forgot Monday. Again. So, but anyway, I think we were too tired. So anyway, we're near Space Coast, right, where the SpaceX's and all that stuff. All the launches are. So there's a lot of students here that would love to get in technology. And since I am like original STEM student and techie geek, all right, if you guys don't know that, so I'm one of the pioneers in starting with tech back when it first started. And so I appreciate and trying to help other students out there, latinos. Vamos a ayudar a los latinos que pueden llegar también a la luna.
Exactly.
Que ahora mismo se fue, tenemos, no se me acuerda el nombre.
We already have one.
Un astronauta el otro día, boricua, otro nuevo que llegó. There's another couple of women engineers and space engineers that are Puerto Rican, also here in Space Coast, and otros latinos. So be proud of our heritage and the ability that we speak multiple languages and able to get to
absolutely,
you know, a degree like that, and that they're trusted so much. So let's help out with the foundation on UTB United Third Bridge, helping students here in the community.
That's right. A shout out to United Third Bridge, Samantha and Evelyn.
Yeah,
we love you. This is gonna be epic. So ya tú sabes, mi gente, October 6th, Puerto Rican Day Parade in Fred Poppy Park here in Palm Bay. So ya tú sabes, mi gente. Nos vamos a ir con este video para despedirnos. Y mi gente, ya tú sabes, la semana que viene, no se lo pierdan, el maestro Criptoni Teixeira con lo nuevo de su trayectoria y mi amigo JCee Morano. Eso no se lo pierdan. Traemos un poquito de Puerto Rico y un poquito de Colombia, ya tú sabes. Mezclando el sofrito. So, mi gente, ya sabe, gracias y los quiero mucho. Nos despedimos.
Muchas gracias, muchas gracias. Hágame, damas y caballeros, para mí es un honor traer aquí al escenario a mi compadre.
Dijeron que los compadres se habían muerto. Oyeron que los compadres se habían muerto. Pero no es verdad. Tenemos vida de gato. Y duélale a quien le duela, compadre, para un buen rato. ¿Quién me ve con mi mujer? Si no está donde casa, pero el que llega a mi casa y está dando echa a correr. Eso no es una mujer, eso es una pintorera. Tiene genio de pantera y arranque de Lucifer. Y si la viera, cómo se pone esa bandolera. Peleándome a donde quiera, de esta manera. Ay, menéame la cuna, Ramón. Ay, menéame la cuna, Ramón. Ay, menéame la cuna, Ramón. Ay, menéame la cuna. Ay, me da, ay, me da, ay, me da si no la meneo. Ay, me da, ay, me da, ay, me da si no la meneo. ¿Quién me ve con mi mujer? Si no está donde casa, pero el que llega a mi casa, si está dando echa a correr. Eso no es una mujer, eso es una pintorera. Tiene genio de pantera y arranque de Lucifer. Y si la viera, cómo se pone esa bandolera. Peleándome a donde quiera, de esta manera. Ay, menéame la cuna, Ramón. Ay, menéame la cuna, Ramón. Ay, menéame la cuna, Ramón. Ay, menéame la cuna. Ay, me da, ay, me da, ay, me da si no la meneo. Ay, me da, ay, me da, ay, me da si no la meneo. Ay, menéame, que yo quiero guarachar. Ese niño de Santiago no me deja de pensar. Y me voy para el balcón un rato a mirar la luna. Y me voy para el balcón un rato a mirar la luna. A lo lejos yo Ramón, ven a menear la cuna. ¡Pum! Y la carreta para gozar y bailar.